Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Jujutsu Kaisen episode number 7 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, what happened was we got Yuji back, and the reason why he was able to come back is because he made a little contract with Sukuna, where Sukuna was wanted to still see what happens, and with Fushiguro, and he knows that something is going to happen because he felt a little bit different while fighting with Fushiguro, and he wants to see what it is. So that's something that he's kind of excited about, and that is why he wants to stick around. So that's why he came up with a contract, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to bring you back to life. And there's a few things about the contract. Number one is that he'll give like 1 minute or something like that, of his body controlled to Sukuna, and Sukuna won't be able to kill anyone or harm anyone in that time, and also he won't remember it. That's like the contract. So there you go. So Yuji's back, and yeah, everything is good. So after that, we also get to see a little bit of Yuji training, Gojo kind of giving him some training exercises to get more accustomed to stuff, and get his fighting skills a little bit stronger. And after that, he'll tell everyone that he's alive. Not only that, in the end there was a little section where the that volcano thing, that demon or whatever, he came and attacked Gojo. So I'm guessing in this episode we'll have to see the fight between them. Anyways, let's begin episode number 7. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so he sensed it here. Yeah, he sensed it here. And that's why he's like, yeah, stop the car, and yeah, there you go. The hell? All right. Now we'll see Gojo's power here, probably. Because this thing also has an artifact, the prison artifact or whatever it is. Oh, so okay, he makes volcanoes. Damn, that's oh. Okay, that's yeah, that's a wow. Yeah, you think he was defeated by that? What? Wait, what? Nothing happened. Huh. What's he doing? Adjusting his heat power? Sukuna currently, yeah. Sure. Pride? What are you talking about? What pride? This guy. Oh boy. Now, we'll also get to see how much strong Gojo is here, because up until now we've only seen him fight Sukuna a little bit, even just Sukuna took one finger, that amount worth of power he was fighting him. So here maybe we'll get a proper representation of his power, seeing this battle. Because I'm still curious how strong he is. He claims that he's the strongest, But is he really? Let's see. Okay. Assault. What the hell? Yeah, why? Ah, that's why. Makes sense. What is that? What, you can use insects as well? That's weird. Oh my god, what was that? Ah! Oh, these are okay. Whoa, what the? Okay, what's going on? Why is he not getting hurt? Will you shut up? Just keep your eyes open. Yeah, just wow. This guy, this cursed thing is stupid. He thinks he's the big deal. You didn't hit me. What was that, like an illusion or something? What? Okay. Yeah. All right. What? What's going on? Whoa. So there's like a. Oh my god. Wait, what? So he can do it, but he cannot. Damn. Oh yeah, this thing is. Yeah, he in no way is going to be able to do anything to Gojo. What? Oh! Oh! Oh, he's running now. Hey! Okay, well, you messed with the wrong person. Yeah, okay. Goodbye. Oh, he warned him. Still, he. Okay, now you're acting stupid. Why did you do that? Even though he warned you? I guess he does have. Oh, domain. Okay. But Gojo also hasn't shown his domain, so. Wait, what? Where did he bring him from? When did he work? What the? Oh, he's here to watch. Okay. So he just walked in and grabbed within that small amount of time? Okay, he's doing well. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Punch incoming. Oh no. Nice. I was gonna say he's probably gonna get punched. Domain expansion. Okay. Okay. So this is the thing that we got to see from Sukuna before. Oh yeah. So is this something related to his domain? Like he went quite fast. Warped. Hmm. You think he needs a yeah? Yeah, this is a practical lesson, you know. No need to worry. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, he's weaker than Sukuna at least. Yeah, he's probably stronger than that one, that special grade, the one we fought. All right, here we go. So this is like a little like this domain expansion. It's like a little place where they can do anything. Okay, let's see. Oh, it is like if I had to borrow another anime's lingo, I would say in Fate Stay Night or Fate Grand Order, this is like a reality marble. My guess would be that. Okay. Okay, I think that's what this is. Like a confined space where it's like it has like certain properties or something. All right, let's see. Innate domain. There you go. Incomplete domain that had an but this damn. Ah. All right, so you're gonna get some buffs. All right. Yeah. And the enemy will get debuffed. I'm guessing. You still don't understand how strong he is. Oh, okay. So no way to evade it. That's usually impossible. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he still hasn't used that artifact or whatever. Huh. Well, that will be the reason for your downfall, unfortunately. Oh. Oh, he's opening his. So Satoru is going to use his domain. Oh, here we go. Infinite void. Okay. What does this do? Whoa! Is it taking him to infinity or something? Oh no. Oh! Hey, hey! This is a this is a wild power. So this is infinity. Limitless. Oh my god. Okay. He's gonna yank off his little mountain. Oh, okay, never mind. He yanked off his whole head. Okay. I thought he was going to yank off his mountain. Damn. Right, alright. Yeah. If you couldn't guess, I already have, like, obviously, like, this show is extremely popular. I've already seen Satoru's, like, face before. So I wasn't that surprised. Alright. Damn, this guy. Oh, he's going to go save him. Yeah. Nah, this is just a special one. Okay. Damn, so this guy makes flowers? Come on, snap out. Wait, is that his power? To make people, oh my god, lose their. Oh no, he grabbed Yuji as well. Oh my god! Help. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Alright. Okay. Alright. It's like, what is the exchange event? Yes. Well, he didn't know. He didn't tell him. The other team knows. Oh my god. Since he came alone, leaving Gojo. Oh, this guy. Is this his house? Wait, what? This is a Doraemon's Anywhere door. What the? Geto. Hanami, that's the big guy's name. Yeah, he did warn him. They brought him back. Jogo and Hanami. Well, it's your own fault you went off. Yeah. He warned you. What are you getting mad for? Yeah. Damn. Oh. Mahito. Interesting. Both these two have like stitch marks. That guy here and this guy all over the place. All right. Damn, Yuji needs a lot of training to actually go against these guys. Yay! Oh wait, this is left. I forgot about this. Hey yo. Are they gonna play football with him? Oh my god. Wow. Oh no, now volleyball now. Oh no, they're still playing football. Hanami is okay. The goalkeeper. Uh, oh my god. Okay, that's it. So, this episode. Okay, first of all, the first thing that I kind of was I told like when I was talking about this while reacting. Um, like I probably would have been like like very excited to see Gojo's like eyes, his face. However, I've seen his face so many times. Like this show is extremely popular, so I'm pretty sure if you search something about Jujutsu Kaisen, the first few images that will pop up will have Gojo, with his blindfold off. So I've seen him. I've seen him multiple times, so it was no surprise. I'm guessing if I was reacting to this when this was coming out, like while it was airing, obviously I would have been like, oh damn, like we're going to see his eyes, that type of thing. However, like I've seen him so many times in so many places. Like it's just like, and I know him. I know him completely, even though I've not watched the anime. So yeah, so I wasn't really that surprised because yeah, I've seen him. So yeah, that's the reason why I wasn't that much surprised. Anyways, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, so we begin this episode with what's this thing's name? I forgot. Anyways, whatever. I'm going to call him Volcano Head. Whatever his name is, I need to find it again. But anyways, so this thing, the Volcano Head, he comes in with like the intention to attack and defeat Gojo, and he's like this guy is too, not guy or whatever cursed thing or whatever it is too cocky. You can see he's like, oh, I can easily take care of this, and even though that guy warned him, he still came in here and he's like, oh, let's see what you've got. And he uses like his power to make like volcanoes, and it's like it shoots out fire. So he makes a volcano side in the wall and shoots fire towards Gojo. Gojo doesn't dodge it. He's just standing there, and the volcano just is like all over him, but it's not touching him. Obviously, at that moment, I was like, what the hell happened? Why did he not dodge? And how is the volcano not affecting him? Obviously, now after getting an explanation of his power, the whole infinity thing, we can understand that it was basically the infinity which was between him and the volcano. And that's why the volcano never was able to reach him. So, interesting. Alright, so he's just there, and Gojo's like, damn, there's another special grade here. Like, what's up with this? Like today, and why are special grades popping out now and then, here and there, and 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 this thing, he's like, oh, I'm going to defeat you, and Gojo's like, all right, let's have some fun. So the battle begins, and you can see he uses like insects to attack him, which are like filled with explosives or fire. So again, he just doesn't move. He just stands there, and the insects just stop before coming in contact. Gets blown up. Still nothing happens. He's just there, not moving. And yeah. So now again, this volcano head comes in and puts the fire in his head, and his head is like completely burning. He hits him in the back. All these things he does, and by the end, the smoke is there, and he's like, everything is over, and he gives like a little mini speech of he's like, he wasn't living a life of truth. It's also nauseatingly repulsive. I'm going to go spread real strength, the truth through death. Like typical villains, having the time of having a little mini monologue, even though the enemy or Gojo in this situation is all well and alive, and Gojo just comes in and he's like, oh, like, where are you going? Like, like, this is nothing to me. And obviously he's confused. He's like, what the hell happened? I attacked you, you got hit, like, and I killed you. So what's going on? What's up with you? So he talks about his power. He says like, you touch the infinity that exists between you and me. So obviously he doesn't understand. I also don't understand. I'm like, what infinity is he talking about? So Gojo's like, all right, then I'm going to show you what it actually is. He's like, come here. Okay, but put your hand on top of my head. I love how he actually does that after kind of like, seeing it, after he's like, all right, he doesn't have any hostility. Let's see what this is about. He goes there and touches his hand, or at least tries to touch it, and he cannot. He's just getting repulsed. And he says that it just stops before him. So this is infinity. Alright, so he explains, gives a proper explanation. He says you're not exactly stopped, but the closer you get, the slower you go. Okay. Alright, so interesting. So basically, the closer you go towards him, the slower you'll get. So that's why obviously you'll never reach him. This kind of reminds me of like, like another power from another show, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In season 6, the green baby's power is something like, not like this, I would say, but it's kind of something kind of similar to this, isn't it? Where the more you try to go closer to the green baby, the smaller you become and never reaching it. That type of thing. You'll never be able to reach it because you'll get smaller, increasing the distance between it. So similar to that, here it is kind of similar if you think about it. So basically, the closer you try to go, the slower you'll get. So ultimately, you never reach him. Like, so this, how do you even counteract this power? I don't know. Like, so this is a broken power. Like, I don't see anyone actually touching Gojo ever. So yeah, you know what? I was saying that let me see how strong he is. Like, he did claim to be the strongest. What type of power does he have? So yeah, I can see how he claims to be the strongest, and he actually might be the strongest. And this is just his normal power. His domain expansion is even crazier. All right, so he explains about it, and like the volcano head gets angry, and he's like, oh, you're making, like you're trampling my pride. I'm going to teach you. And he tries to attack him. But Gojo just punches him, like, multiple times, just smacks him. And, he also gives, again, he kind of says something here. He says, infinity exists everywhere. My Jujutsu just brings it forward in reality. Convergence, divergence. What do you think happens when one touches this void? Cursed technique reversal red. Okay, now this part I actually don't understand what the hell happened here. So he says that convergence and divergence, what happens when you touch it, and then he uses like the technique reversal or something, Jujutsu reversal, red. So I'm not exactly sure what happened here. The volcano head blows up and gets blasted, and he takes this opportunity to try to run away, but Gojo follows him. So, like I said, like we got the explanation about infinity, and that I kind of understood. This one, however, this technique, I wasn't able to understand the logic behind it or what it was. So I'm not exactly sure, but it seemed like he kind of like used that red ball, and he called it convergence and divergence. And he says like, what will happen if you touch that void? So I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but either way, it blasted him off, and he realizes that he cannot win here, so he starts running. But Gojo's just there between, behind him, and grabs him, smacks him around a few times, throws him towards the water, and there you go. Jogo, that's his name. All right, the volcano head. His name is Jogo. I'll try to remember his name. If I forget it, I'll call him Volcano Head again. Either way, so he's in the water, and he remembers the other guy. He kind of warned him that you're going to die. Keep that in mind. But obviously, he just came here. So, okay, one thing I don't understand Didn't this guy give him like a prison artifact or something? I don't know what that was. Why didn't he use that? Like he asked for it, didn't he? That like that whatever artifact that was. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why he didn't use it, or maybe he used it and I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so Jogo like gets up and he's like, oh, he wasn't just talk, and immediately we see Gojo go and bring Yuji here. Now it was like few seconds after that, like 10 to 12 seconds it was, and he went to back, brought Gojo Yuji here. So he's like, all right, now trying to see some practical like examples of domain expansion. You'll be watching here. So we get a little flashback where we get to see that Gojo went back and saw that Yuji is there, like still sitting still, looking at it, and the punching bear is sleeping. So that means his emotions are still, is not getting rattled. So Gojo's like, okay, damn, like he's doing it, like he's learning pretty quickly. This is good. And he goes and calls Yuji, and Yuji gets freaked out. However, like here I was like, okay, now here comes the punch, but surprisingly it didn't happen. So he got freaked out. However, his emotions were in check, that would mean. So that's how much control he's been able to keep his emotions now. So even Gojo was surprised. He's like, damn, like he actually kept his emotions in check, even though I kind of scared him here. So all right, so this is good. Either way, he's like, all right, come with me, Yuji. I'm going to show you and give you a practical lesson on domain expansions, which is the pinnacle of Jujutsu battles. So he brought him here. So obviously, Yuji says like it was only 10 seconds that it took. I was at the school. What's going on here? Now here's another thing that he kind of just very casually mentions. He says that, oh, we warped here. So he very casually mentions that. So I'm guessing he did something with his infinity again. I'm not exactly sure what he did, but whatever he did made him go back to school and bring Yuji back within 10 seconds. Damn. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what he did, but something crazy he did. Okay, so Jogo, he says, wait, his name is Jogo, isn't it? I just realized. Gojo's name is like Gojo Satoru. Well, his name is Jogo. Like it's just the reverse, isn't it? Gojo, Jogo. Okay, whatever. So he's like, all right, Yuji is here, and in his head he's thinking that, oh, I cannot like attack and kill Yuji because he'll be useful later on. And he's thinking that maybe he caught wait, yeah, I cannot kill Yuji because of future plans. Yeah, maybe he caught on to our goals. And so he's like, oh, did you bring him for a shield? And he's like, no, I'm here, brought him here to watch this. And this guy, Jogo, he's like, you're a fool, he's going to slow you down. And Gojo's like, oh no, don't you worry about it, there'll be no problem because you're weak. This pisses him off so much. He volcano starts flying out of his head and his ears, and he uses domain expansion. So his domain expansion, what's the name of it? Okay, domain expansion. Okay, what was its name? Okay, he doesn't say anything. So basically his domain expansion is a place where it's like volcano everywhere. Like every character's domain expansion, I'm guessing, is something that their curse is related to. So because I remember Sukuna using Malevolent Shrine or whatever it was called, that something like that. That was his domain expansion. And we also got to see Gojo's domain expansion here as well. I'm kind of curious what Yuji like, because I think in the previous episode, Gojo kind of said that Yuji won't be able to use any Jujutsu techniques. However, he did think in his head that, but he's going to, like, even if he's not able to use his own, like techniques, he will be able to, like, when he gets used to it, he'll be able to use Sukuna's techniques. So I'm kind of curious. Maybe in the future, Yuji himself can use Malevolent Shrine because Sukuna is within him. I'm not sure. Either way, so yeah, this is domain expansion. Like, what did you call it? Coffin of the Iron Mountain. Okay, that's the name of it. So now here Gojo gives a little explanation of what a domain expansion is. So here's what it says. You use cursed energy to construct an innate domain imbued with a cursed technique in your surroundings. And he also says the previous one that he experienced in the juvenile detention center was an incomplete domain that hadn't been imbued with any cursed technique. If it had been a proper domain, all of you first years would have died. And that is exactly why Megumi tried to run away from there. So he also says spreading out a domain consumes a ton of energy, but its merits are worth the cost. One such merit is to boost the states due to environmental factors like buffs. It's going to buff you and your allies, I'm guessing. Another is, he says here that Jogo tries to attack him using like a mountain, but he just swipes it away. Okay, he continues. Techniques imbued in the domain are guaranteed to hit within the domain. Interesting. So basically, you cannot evade it. You cannot like dodge it or something like that. Stop it. But he does say here, but don't worry, there are several ways to deal with it. He says that you can take the hit using the cursed technique just now, or get out of the domain, which I don't recommend because it's kind of impossible. Okay, so interesting. Now, the whole domain expansion, obviously, like I said, if I have to use another anime's lingo here, I would say that in Fate Stay Night or in the Fate franchise, this is similar to a reality marble where you basically bring like a certain like a section where you're standing. It's like a place made for you, and there you get some buffs according to your power is going to get boosted up, and the attacks that you use are going to hit no matter what, that type of thing. And this guy used his domain expansion because obviously he wasn't able to hit Gojo up until now, so now it's going to hit him. Interesting. Now you remember I was just talking a few moments ago, I was just saying that what the hell, if that is Gojo's power, how can anyone even hit him? And this is impossible. But here we go, here I got my answer. If the other character uses his domain expansion and it is stronger than Gojo's domain expansion, then he can hit him. That type of thing, I'm guessing. So that's the only way you can hit Gojo, use your domain expansion. Alright. And yeah, and he says the same thing. Jogo says like, oh, my attack is going to hit you, isn't it? Even though you have the infinity. And Gojo says like, yeah, they'll hit. Alright, now here we get a little background, a little recollection where Jogo asked for the prison realm. This is what I was talking about. What about this thing, this prison realm? What is that? Why didn't he use it? He says like, I'll add it to my collection. And here he says like, I came here half in jest. I thought I wouldn't care if I couldn't kill him, but having this difference between us thrust in my face, my cursed pride, alright, all that stuff he's saying. So I'm still not exactly sure what this prison realm is and why did he not use it? Or maybe he cannot use it unless and until he defeats Gojo. I'm not sure. Because like as far as I can remember, this prison realm is supposed to seal Gojo, isn't it? Or something like that. So I'm guessing unless and until you can defeat him, it cannot be used. something like that. Anyways, so yeah, like Jogo is getting pretty angry. He's like, oh, my pride is getting hurt, this and that, and he's like, I'm going to teach this boy a lesson. And here Gojo continues his explanation. He says the most effective way to deal with a domain is to lay out your own domain. When two domains are laid out at the same time, the more refined one will dominate that space. So sometimes compatibility and the amount of cursor energies are factors. So there you go. So basically, your domain needs to be stronger and more refined than the other one. Then it's going to overpower it. So here, Gojo's infinity is not going to work only if the opponent, that is Jogo's domain expansion, is stronger and more refined than his. Unless and until that happens, like Gojo cannot be hit here. So Gojo's own domain expansion is way more refined, way more stronger than his, then it won't work. That type of thing. And Gojo will basically kind of flip the whole thing towards him and dominate him. That type of thing. Alright. So here we get to see Gojo open his eyes, and he says, he lays out his own domain expansion, Infinite Void. Now here's the thing. Is this why he hides his eyes? Like, unless if his eyes are like uncovered, is his domain expansion going to start working? And is that why he always keeps his eyes hidden? Maybe. I'm not sure. So, wait, what did he call his domain? Infinite Void? Was that it? Yeah, Infinite Void. There you go. So, obviously his power is more refined and he'd overpowered the whole thing. So, he literally brought Jogo into the void, the infinity, or whatever you call it. And you can see that Jogo can see anything and everything. He's like seeing everything here. He's like in the middle of the universe, able to see everything. And Jogo's like standing, and he says like, what just happened? And he's like, I cannot see anything, I cannot feel anything. But then he's like, no, I can see everything and I can feel everything. But the information is never complete, which is infinity. It never completes. So basically, he's able to feel and see infinity. And since infinity is never ending, the information is never ending, and he's just keeping, like, he keeps getting it, and it never ends. So he's basically seeing infinity, and since infinity doesn't stop, the information that's coming inside of him is not stopping. So he says like, and that is exactly why I cannot do anything, which is interesting. So basically, wow, because of infinity he cannot do anything. And alright, Gojo gives a little bit more explanation. He says that this is the inner world of limitless perception, communication. Every action involved in living is forcibly carried out an infinite number of times. Ooh, so damn. So okay, interesting. So basically every action that is involved in living, that is breathing and like all these things, is going being carried out infinite times. And since everything is carried out infinite times, he cannot start anything new. And that is why he cannot think of anything other than here, like he's just stuck here doing these things are just continuing to affect him, and it's being carried out an infinite number of times. And since he can see everything, feel everything, and it's never stopping, he's not able to do anything other than that. Alright. And he says like, it's ironic, isn't it? When granted everything, you cannot do anything, but you just die peacefully. And he says like, I have a question to ask you, so I cannot kill you. So what I'm going to do is just yank off your head and throw it away. And that's what he does. Alright, so there you go. So that's Gojo's power, which is, like I said, very strong. It's basically infinity. Like, you make others feel infinity, and since infinity never stops, the other person is trapped there. And yeah, so unless and until the other person's domain is stronger and more refined than Gojo, no one can attack and defeat Gojo at all. So interesting. So there is a way to defeat him. However, it's highly unlikely that anyone, like unless and until the character is extremely strong, it's highly unlikely they can do anything to him. So all right. Either way, so he asks this Jogo. He asks him who told you to come after me? Like yeah, what's, and he starts interrogating him. Now later on, we get to see this guy. He's like on top, and he's like, oh, I'm going home. I warned him, but he didn't listen. And he's like, yeah, I'm going home. So Hanami, that's his name, I think. He's there, and he says that if you want to save him, go ahead and save him. But I don't know if you guys have emotions like that. But Hanami says, we do. We are the true humans after all. While he just smiles, and he's like, quite a statement for a cursed spirit to make. Either way, Hanami goes there and stops the whole thing. So Hanami's powers are related to flowers. I guess that's why his name is Hanami. Hana, flower. Okay. So alright, we can see Gojo still trying to interrogate him, and he's not saying anything. However, Hanami comes in, like a tree log or something falls, attaches itself to the ground, and the whole place starts getting filled with flowers. And for a moment, Gojo and Gojo and Yuji both were kind of dazzled, and they were like, "Oh, such a nice place! I don't want to fight anymore." And then Gojo kind of slapped himself, and he's like, "What the hell? This is a curse, isn't it? It's stripping away my will to fight." So this guy, Hanami, he uses flowers to make everyone stop fighting. Interesting power for a character who is supposed to be in the enemy side. He basically stops fighting, anyone fighting. All right, interesting. All right. So we see that this thing gets Yuji and yanks it up, and Yuji's like, "Oh, Sensei, go ahead. Try to get him back. No need to worry about me. I'll be fine." But then he sees that the place where he's being yanked off to, and is like what's that part? Yeah, he says, "Sensei, I'll be fine. Go after him." And then he sees that this tree becomes like a mouth, and he says "Sorry, I lied. Help me." And Gojo attacks it, destroys it. However, it took the head and ran away. And I love how Yuji's kind of bowing, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, Sensei. They managed to escape because of me, though you're the one who brought me here, right, Yuji?" Anyways, so Gojo's like, "Yuji, you see this? You need to beat this thing. You need to get at least strong enough to beat this, and then and only then you'll be strong. Strong enough to properly fight and everything." And he says "I'm going to teach you. I'm going to train you. You're going to watch movies, and you're going to train with me." Unless and until you start the an exchange event. In the exchange event, you're going to show your powers, and you're going to reveal yourself. You'll come back from the dead in the exchange event. But Yuji's like, "Exchange event? What is that?" Obviously, he hasn't been informed what an exchange event is, so he doesn't know. Either way, so we get to see this guy. The guy who was with Jogo. This part was weird. He goes to an apartment complex, opens a door, and I was like, "Oh, is this his house or something? Is this where he lives?" And this thing opens to a beach. Like I said, it's like Doraemon's anywhere door. The door where you can open anywhere and go anywhere. That type of thing. It's a beach with a weird creature in the water, kind of floating. I've seen this creature before in the opening. Maybe this thing has some significance. Either way, so yeah, Here we get to meet another character who we have already seen in the opening. This guy also pops out in the opening. Alright, so it says like sure is peaceful here. Alright, okay, I need to look at their names. Geto, okay, Geto is the name of this guy. The guy who was with Jogo. And Jogo is obviously the volcano head. Hanami is the flower guy. And what is this guy's name? The guy who's reading. And he's like, oh, how irresponsible. You're the one who egged him on. And he's like, oh no, I tried to stop him. Okay, what's his name? Let me check out his name first. Okay, so Hanami and Jogo is back. And it's kind of making fun. He's like, you're fine. Alright, so Geto's kind of smiling and making, Alright, so he says like it'll take time for Gojo Satoru to apprehend him. Will carry out on 31st October in Shibuya. Wait, on Halloween? Interesting. Alright, and he says like I'll contact you for more details. Mahito, that's his name. Okay, I need to remember these names. Hanami is pretty easily rememberable because it's literally Hanami. Hana means flower. So I can easily remember that. Jogo I can also remember probably because his name is literally the opposite of Gojo. Gojo and Jogo. The two that I'll probably take a while for me to remember is Mahito and Geto. Mahito and Geto. Geto is the guy with... Wait, isn't... Just a minute, let me check something. Oh, yeah, I was right. Geto, his name is Geto, isn't it? Interesting thing because, let me check. Yeah, interesting thing here is that his name is Geto and, Oh, never mind. I was thinking of something else. I was going to say he, like, the thing called, the wooden slippers that people wear, which are called geta. I thought he was wearing that, but I don't think he's wearing that. He's like normal slippers. So I was going to say like, oh, interesting. His name is Geto, and he also wears like geta slippers. But now that I'm looking at him, no, he doesn't wear geta slippers. Never mind. Either way, Geto and Mahito. All right. So another thing I kind of see here is that obviously you can see Mahito's like I don't know if those are like stitches or something. Like this looks like they're stitches, or if those are tattoos. I'm not exactly sure what those are. And I can also see Geto also has a singular stitch. Is that a stitch? I think so. Over here, while Mahito has it all like on his whole body. It's like literally in two on his face, a lot in his arms and everything, while Geto only has one in his head. So again, like I said, I'm not exactly sure if this is just a character design or this has like an actual significance and a reason for having this. We'll see. We'll have to wait. Either way, we get to see Mahito, and Mahito is like, all right, fine, no objections, and he says that yeah, no objections here. Let's be cunning about this, like curses should, like humans should. That's where it ended. So there you go. This episode was crazy. We get to see Gojo's power, and Gojo's power is very very strong, and I guess you could say it's overpowered, kind of broken. However, like his power, I guess, unless and until you find someone who has stronger domain expansion than Gojo, you cannot hit him. You cannot get him. Like it's just going to stop the attack from getting to him. So it's like basically like invulnerability, throughout the whole thing. He can never get hurt unless and until someone stronger than him appears. Either way, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 7 of Jujutsu Kaisen. So So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. Yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.